You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. We're going to talk about this controversy with Lewis Brinson and the DINGER team mascot for the Colorado Rockies. We're doing another follow-up on that because this outfielder for the Rockies has come out and said that he feels like the Rockies should have to change the mascot name now. It's absolutely ridiculous, and he tripled down on the fact that he still thinks this guy said the N-word. By the way, they have gotten to the guy to talk to him about it, and he's devastated by this. He's absolutely devastated. That's who I feel sorry for at this point, because now you have this this Marlins player that won't shut up. He said, I listened to it all these times and I still think it's the N-word. Well, possibly, it's like Jason Whitlock is saying, possibly these people want it to be the N-word. Maybe they want this social media fury. At this point, look, if you can't find racism, let's make some up. Let's make it up and bring it into the fold here and let it blow up on social media. Why? People get paid off that. Let's not get confused, okay? Because I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know who the hell Lewis Brinson was. I didn't know this guy's name, and now I do. Okay? And it's because of this story. I mean, let's be real. I mean, now all of a sudden this guy's a household name. And look, if he thought he heard that initially, okay. But then after an investigation, after all this other stuff, you got to triple down on it? You know, there is somebody else out there paying the price for this right now. In case you're wondering, this kind of makes me mad. It does. The fact that this guy keeps this story brewing is ridiculous. And now, because of something he falsely heard, the Rockies have to jump out there and change their mascot name? Really? Lewis Brinson says it's time to retire DINGER, or at least change the Rockies mascot name, explaining the Colorado character's moniker is just too similar to the N-word. DINGER has been a alternative term for home run for how long exactly? Forever. Since I was a teenager. I know since I was playing baseball in Little League that DINGER was a term for a home run. This is stupid. The Miami Marlins outfielder spoke in depth with reporters on Monday. This is kind of what we talked about yesterday. And this is what he said. It seems his solution to the issue is that created at Coors Field would be for the Rockies to just move on from the mascot name. The mascot's current name. Quote, maybe change the mascot name. It sounds a little similar, especially on video. How many times do you have to listen to that audio, dude? If you missed it, many believe the fan behind the plate repeatedly called Brinson the N-word. Once again, everybody in that crowd would have been going insane. Insane. Both teams' broadcasts picked up the audio, and it seemed bad. After an investigation, though, they confirmed the fan did not say the N-word, but rather he was screaming for the team's mascot DINGER, which, by the way, after they talked to the fan, he said, I wanted to get a picture with the mascot and I think his grandkids. This is so stupid. Well, Jason Whitlock, we all know Jason. He's got a YouTube channel, Fearless. Go subscribe. He's on podcast. I usually listen to him on podcast. And it's also Fearless, so go subscribe to that. He was on with Tucker last night. Jason Whitlock and Tucker Carlson bashed the media for Rockies' DINGER controversy. People mine for racism like it's gold. Absolutely. They're out there with a shovel. They're shuffling the water back and forth through the rocks to see if they see a shiny piece of racism pop out. Conservative sports columnist Jason Whitlock joined Tucker Carlson on Fox News Tuesday night to rally against what he believes is a gold rush for racism. According to Whitlock, the gold rush was exemplified by Sunday's DINGER controversy in the Major League Baseball arena. I added that extra because I just screwed that all up. Racism is now the new gold, and people mined for racism gold the same way they mined for gold in 1840s and 1850s, Whitlock claimed. The people who are really benefiting are actually the people that are exploiting the miners. Blaze contributor told Carlson, and I believe that's social media. I believe that's Twitter. I believe that's Facebook. They're feasting over this racial division that they're promoting, and it's no different than the gold rush. Whitlock preached his stance after false racial allegations against a Colorado Rockies fan last weekend were escalated on social media. Social media is what's killing all of this. Twitter and Facebook, but especially Twitter. With Twitter, it is like an unbelievable, it is like blood in the water. It's like piranhas. It's ridiculous. And I look at these comments and some of these posts. These people are complete lunatics. They blame racism on everything. Trump supporter, racism. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, they killed Jason Whitlock. They act like he's a white supremacist when Jason Whitlock is black. It's ridiculous. Whitlock preached his stance after false racial allegations against a Colorado fan last weekend were escalated on social media. With Lewis Brinson at the plate for the Miami Marlins, shouts of what sounded like a racial slur emerged from the crowd. After they were repeatedly heard on TV broadcast, the shouts were believed to be racial taunts at Brinson, who is black. Less than 24 hours later, the Rockies confirmed the best-case scenario. The fan at Coors Field was yelling "Dinger," quote, "Dinger," for the team's purple dinosaur mascot, and it was not the alleged racial slur. Whitlock blamed corporate media and social media for what claims was an example of, quote, racism gold. They've set up this game where everybody rushes out for a desperate hunt to find this racism gold, and it's really not scarce, but it's just hard to find. Whitlock said it's costly to produce and point to, and says it contributes to systematic racism because that's been changed by laws and rules. But this racism has a goal. Through social media, it's making people wealthy, and they are exploiting the rest of us. We're victims of this. Whitlock ran in to fuel the controversy. Those with traditional American values, we talked about that. Those who believe in God, we've talked about that. Those who believe in the founding documents of this country, we've talked about that. We have come together, and we have to come together and take our country back. Proceeding to excite Carlson, who says, "You're making my heart beat." Well, you're making all of our hearts beat, Jason. Okay, so he's right. He's right. I mean, it's these kind of claims, it's utterly ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but I think a lot of these people make this stuff up so they can try to become more famous. All right? In other words, if I decide to have a controversy, all of a sudden I'll become a household name like Gwen Berry. Did we know who Gwen Berry was prior to the fact that this bee got out there and disrespected the national anthem and turned her back to the flag? No, we didn't know her from anybody. We didn't. Gwen Berry turned into this social justice hero, supposedly. Lewis Brinson will probably become one, even though it's a completely made-up BS story from him. And I got to be honest with you. Not only were there various videos that came out that showed the fan up close and what he was doing, but I listened to the actual TV broadcast. You can tell the fan is saying "Dinger" on it. I don't know what Lewis thinks he heard, and I don't know why in the world he is saying, I listened to it 50 or 60 times, and I'm still hearing the N-word. Well, at what point do we just say you want to hear it? I mean, really, that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking to hear. Why? So you can be mad. I mean, let's be honest. Okay? And now you think the Rockies, who have had this mascot, should change their name over the fact that you're wrong. It's ridiculous. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. And yeah, Jason Whitlock's right. A lot of corporations and a lot of social media entities and Twitter and places like that, they're making a fortune off this crap. Let's be real. Patrice Cullors, anybody? 4 houses, anybody? What does that say? Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Peace them out.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.